Howdy, 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 and welcome to Lola'S Critter Farm episode 2. Yep, that's right. If you don't know, this is a show where I squeeze out some of my brain juice and funnel it into a new little creature. This is the Horse Girl episode, so buckle up and let's giddy up. So the first question I ask myself is, what have I been thinking about this week? As you already must have guessed, it is horses. Freaking horses, man. I love them as a child. I was unabashedly a card-carrying horse girl, which means that I was a huge fan of Breyer model horses, so much of a fan that I did go to their annual festival multiple times. It's called Breyer Fest. It's held in Lexington, Kentucky, and it is an absolute freaking ball of a time. It's lit. People would mod the hell out these horses. People were customizing these models to, look like their horse, look like their friend's horse, or a fantasy horse, a Pegasus, a unicorn, a Mer horse, whatever. If you could imagine it, someone could turn a horse into that type of horse. I always wanted to make a custom horse, but I had no idea how to go about it. But I am older and wiser, and we're going to do that today. So now, I'm sure you're asking yourself, okay, this girl is a horse girl. That must be the most embarrassing thing about her, right? There couldn't possibly be anything more incriminating. Well, you're wrong, because you know how everyone has a cartoon character that they have a crush on when they're a child? A lot of people, it's like the hot fox from Robin Hood. Well, I had a crush on Yosemite Sam from Looney Tunes, and that is a secret I thought I was going to take to my grave, but now it's out there. So those are the references I'm going to be working with this week, and we're going to figure out a way to sketch this. So in the spirit of Breyer mods, I'm going to make a horse that has never been seen before, and the way that I'm going to do that is just give it a shitload of legs. So it's going to be kind of like a little horsepede. I'm going to give it some fun googly eyes and a big old dangly tongue because that's fun. I'm going to give him some cowboy boots because that's super yeehaw of him. So to honor one of my first loves, Yosemite Sam, I'm going to give him an orange mane and tail. And then we gotta stick some cool patterns on him. So we're gonna go with this sick sort of fiery checkerboard thing. And that's a sketch. So now we gotta ask, how are we gonna make this bad boy? Well, let's see. Step 1, wormification of horse. Let's get to work. The last time I was back in the Midwest for holidays, I found some old miniature Breyer horses that I had as a child, and I scooped those up. Take a good look now because this is the last time you're going to see these horses in one piece. So I took an old jewelry saw and I slowly but surely sliced them down the middle so we had front legs and back legs. And then we take those pieces and we do kind of a shell game of horse fronts and butts, and that's going to lead us to the configuration that we want. Now it's going to get even more brutal. I got to drill some holes in the pieces so that I have a place to put an armature wire. And once I've done that, I just reinforced the wire with some tape so that I give it a little bit of body. And we have our rough structure. So we're gonna bulk up the body of the horse with the clay. Once all said and done, we have a nice lumpy, loopy horseworm. Now that the body's done, we have the second step, which is a sick paint job. So the first thing we have to do is we have to take this body and we have to go ghost mode, aka gesso. And once that dries, I'm just going to sketch out the rough areas that I want that back decal and some little socks on the legs, and then we just paint it. Pretty straightforward. I'm using acrylic because I'm cheap, and it's the only thing I know how to use, so. And now we have this totally pimped out Fast and the Furious style horse. It does kind of look like a pickle from the back, but that only adds to the appeal. Step 3, we gotta get some cowboy boots on this sucker. So I'm gonna sculpt the boots by taking a little pancake of clay and cutting out a rough boot shape. It's kind of a triangle, kind of not. Then I'm gonna poke a hole in the top so that there's somewhere for the legs to go. And last but not least, you have to make an indent for the heel because cowboy boots have to have heels. All right, then we slap some acrylic on there. And then to add a bit of pizzazz, I put on a little gem. One thing that I did not anticipate was that the angle of the hoof was going to make it hard for the boot to actually be slipped on. I had to straight up hobble it Misery style, and I'm sorry, but you won't be able to tell once they're in the boots, so it doesn't matter. All right, we're in the final stretch, which means we gotta put the mane and tail on there. And yes, mane and tail is a real shampoo that is used for horses. It can be used on people. I've seen it in beauty shops, and I would like to know if anyone has ever tried it on their own hair, because what if it holds the secret to like the most beautiful, luscious hair of all time, and we've all just been missing out on it. All right, so the mane and tail is pretty easy. I'm just gonna take some felt and wrap and glue it around a wire, and that's gonna create little tufts that I will then glue to the neck. Tail, same kind of deal. Poke some wire through a bundle of felt and stick that in the butt. We're done, guys. So, what did we learn today?
Boots and butts and boots and butts and boots and butts.
And we take all those boots and butts and we throw them into a pot, and we're gonna see what comes out. He looks like he unironically listens to Smash Mouth, and that is in no way a dig, because I unironically listen to Smash Mouth, and not just All Star. I listened to the entire Astro Lounge album, which I think is an incredible album. So to pay homage to Steve from Smash Mouth, we're gonna call this guy Dr. Steez. All right, that just about wraps it up. I'd like to welcome Dr. Steez to the stable. Truby is a friend now, and next time we're gonna bring in another friend. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you come back next time.